January 2011. IPL Mega Auction. Chris Gayle, one of the most destructive T20 batsmen on the planet, went completely unsold. Not a single franchise bid. A few weeks later, he was in a nightclub in Jamaica. No cricket. No contract. No country. His West Indies team had not selected him for the home series against Pakistan. Then his phone rang. It was Vijay Mallya and Anil Kumble. What happened next produced the most dominant mid-season performance in IPL history. Chapter 1. Where he was, and why nobody wanted him. Gayle described exactly where he was and what he was carrying at that moment. Whatever happened with the breakdown with West Indies cricket, where I was not even selected for a home series against Pakistan. Coming from a World Cup loss and then had an injury too. I was very disappointed. So, long story short, I was at a nightclub and that time, I wasn't playing any cricket. Think about that picture. The universe boss, the man who had destroyed bowling attacks across the world, who had hit 6 sixes in an over in Test cricket, who held records in every format, sitting in a nightclub in Jamaica. Dropped by his country. Passed over at the auction. Completely frozen out of professional cricket. He was also, according to reports at the time, in desperate need of money, dealing with financial pressures that made the absence of a cricket contract genuinely serious. The nightclub was not a celebration. It was a man trying to fill time while his career sat in uncertainty. And then the phone lit up. Chapter 2, The Call, and the Saturday Visa. Gayle told the story in his own words, I got a call. It was Vijay Mallya and Anil Kumble. They asked me if I was fit. I was like, is this for real? I said yes, I am fit. They said, if you're fit, what we need you to do is go to the embassy tomorrow and get the visa. But I said tomorrow is Saturday. They said, don't worry about that. Just turn up. He continued, I turned up next day, got my visa and then took my flight. And you know, Easter started from that time. Easter. That is what he called it. A resurrection. RCB had been hit by an injury to Dirk Nunez, their overseas seam bowling option, and needed a replacement. Vijay Mallya and Anil Kumble made the call. The embassy opened on a Saturday for Chris Gayle. And within days, the man nobody had wanted at the auction was on a flight to India. There was still one more problem. His NOC, no objection certificate, from the West Indies Cricket Board took time to process. He could not play the first home game at Chinnaswamy. He had to wait. So his IPL debut for RCB was not at home. It was on the road. In Kolkata. Against KKR. Chapter 3, The Debut, and what followed. First game for RCB. Eden Gardens, Kolkata. Against KKR, the franchise Gayle had previously played for. He scored 102 not out of 55 balls. A century. On debut. Against his former team. The man nobody had bid for at the auction, announcing himself to the entire IPL in the most emphatic way imaginable. What followed across the remainder of the season, 608 runs in 12 innings. 2 centuries. A strike rate of 183.13. The orange cap, most runs in the entire tournament. RCB powered to the final on the back of his performances alone. His presence completely transformed RCB's identity. Paired with AB the Villiers and Virat Kohli, Chinnaswamy became an event, a place where sixes were not an occasional highlight but a constant expectation. The Gayle Storm was not just a nickname. It was a weather pattern that descended on every ground he walked into. RCB lost the final to CSK. Gayle was dismissed for a duck by Ashwin in the first over. But even that ending could not diminish what the season had been. The Chris Gayle RCB 2011 story is the most unlikely origin story in IPL history. Unsold at the auction. Dropped by his country. In a nightclub in Jamaica. Then a Saturday phone call from a billionaire and a legendary spinner. A visa arranged overnight. A flight taken. And 608 runs in 12 matches, including a century on debut against his former team. As one report put it simply, the call between Mallya and Gayle changed two destinies. One was Gayle, who needed the money and the stage. The other was RCB, who are still known for their explosive batting lineup, a reputation built on the foundation of the Gayle Storm that began on a Saturday in 2011. Nobody wanted him at the auction. One phone call changed everything. Subscribe for more IPL 2011 Untolds. Drop a comment. See you in the next one.